Seeing that it is the hour of 6 p.m. on Monday, August 1st, I'll call to order the regular meeting of the Planning Commission of the City of Ceres. Notice that this meeting will be held in accordance with California Government Code Section 59453, Subdivision E of the Ralph M. Brown Act, California Government Code Section 54950 et sec, Series Resolution number 2022-71, and the Federal Americans with Disabilities Act. While this meeting will be physically open to the public, given the state of emergency regarding the threat of COVID-19, members of the public may also participate and comment via the application Zoom. Remote public comment is also available for the Planning Commission meeting by emailing planning@ci.ceres.ca.us by 5 p.m. on the date of the meeting. Include the agenda item number or public comment period in the subject of the email. Your written comment will be distributed to the Planning Commission and kept on file as part of the official record of the Planning Commission meeting. All right, all rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of Allegiance. All right, will the clerk please call the roll?
Commissioner Del Nero,
Present.
Commissioner Catchell, Commissioner Johnson, Commissioner Martinez,
Present.
Chairperson Smith.
Here. Thank you. Are there any conflicts of interest to declare? All right, seeing none, we'll move on to citizen communications to the commission on matters not included on the agenda. While the Planning Commission welcomes and encourages participation in the Planning Commission meeting, adopted rules allow no more than 5 minutes for expression of non-agenda items. Matters under the jurisdiction of the Planning Commission and not on the posted agenda may be addressed by the general public. However, California law prohibits the Planning Commission from taking action on any matter which is not on the posted agenda unless it is determined to be an emergency by the Planning Commission. Citizens are entitled to address the Planning Commission on any agenda item subject to the 5-minute provision. Is there anyone in the audience who would like to speak on any matter not on the agenda? Okay, seeing none, is there anyone on Zoom?
There are no hands raised on Zoom.
Thank you. We'll move on to the consent calendar. Will the clerk please read the consent calendar?
Commissioner Del Nero,
I think normally what happens is the clerk reads the items and then we'll call for the vote.
okay, clerk's report of posting. The agenda for the regular meeting of the Planning Commission of August 1st, 2022 was posted July 26th, 2022, and approval of minutes from the July 18th, 2022 meeting.
Thank you. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion that we accept and calendar.
Thank you. I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Will the clerk please call the roll?
Commissioner Del Nero,
Aye.
Commissioner Johnson, Commissioner Catchell, Commissioner Martinez,
Aye.
Chairperson Smith.
Aye.
Motion carries 5-0.
Thank you. No items were removed from consent. We'll move on to item number 3, public hearings. Conditional use permit 22-13. Proposal for a conditional use permit to allow InShape Health Club to expand its existing location at 1769 Mitchell Road with an outdoor fitness area to provide additional programming and fitness opportunities in the Ceres community. InShape Solutions, Inc., LLC is the applicant. Do we have a staff report?
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. James Michaels with the Plan Division. Mr. Holm, could you put page 39 of the agenda? Yeah, thank you. Okay, so as you can see on the site plan here, this is the existing situation that's occurring out there at 1769 Mitchell Road. Since November 2021, staff has been working with the applicant on a proposal to expand the existing InShape Health Club by way of making minor exterior modifications to their existing facility here that you see on the screen and combining it with the vacant adjacent parcel to the north for the development of a new outdoor fitness area. And that is intended to provide some fitness opportunities for the Ceres community. The Health Club is currently established and operating under a CUP that was established in 2006. This new proposal will requires the approval of another use permit, and the approval of this use permit would supersede the one that was approved in 2006. After addressing potential issues that might result with respect to the expansion, such as noise, maybe lighting and landscaping, it was determined that staff could support the proposed project, and so the applicant proceeded to submit the application in May of this year. You please, Mr. Holm, put page 40. Okay. So now, as the existing health club facility is positioned on a 1.9 acre site, the applicant is in the process of acquiring the vacant commercial lot to the north, which will accommodate the fitness area. The applicant's intent would be to merge both lots into one parcel such that the entire operation will utilize a total site area of 3.67 acres. The hours of operation for the outdoor fitness area shall be limited to 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Friday and 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. The overall project improvements would include the construction of a 36-foot wide by 75-foot long outdoor pool, a 244 square foot spa, and a 600 square foot pool equipment building. It also include the installation of 10-foot tall decorative metal black fencing with gates along the east end of the fitness area for added security. There will also be additional landscaping and pole lighting along the north, west, and east ends of the outdoor fitness area, additional parking area and extension of existing sewer and water lines, an outdoor workout fitness area covered under a 6,000 square foot metal canopy, the construction of pickleball courts with seating. And for the existing building itself, the applicant proposes there's going to be like 10-foot wide by 10-foot long windows positioned about 24 feet above the ground level, of which 4 of them will be on the north end and 6 of them will be on the west. The interior space associated with the west end of the windows of the building is designed such that there's no accessibility to the windows from the inside of the building. And so there won't be any issue with visibility from on the adjoining residences to either the north or the west end. A few things that I wanted to mention is that when the applicant approached staff last November, when they were thinking about this, staff informed them that there had been some past concerns from adjacent homeowners on the north end with respect to landscaping, lighting, and noise. For example, when the homeowners came to staff, they voiced their concerns that any future building or landscaping might create some kind of obstruction for the natural lighting that might enter to the residences. And so as staff informed the applicant of that, they took that into consideration, and they proposed some landscaping along that north end and even the west end that shouldn't be a problem for those neighboring residences. Additionally, there are some palm trees and again, the 10-foot tall black metal fencing that would be situated along the east end. It's supposed to be a decorative features, and it's something that staff is in support of. For impacts related to exterior lighting, the applicant has addressed this issue with all exterior pole lighting units to include a full cutoff features with no uplight design. And so what you'd have is any lighting that would be directed away from any of the residential area. And with respect to noise resulting from the pool equipment operating and how that might impact the adjacent residences, the applicant informed staff about this issue that when the pool equipment is operated during its cleaning cycle, the equipment operates at a level between 45 to 60 decibel levels. And so with the location of the residences to the north and west being approximately 88 to 193 feet away from the building, it's expected that the decibel levels projected will be much lower than that range, the 45 to 60 decibel level range. So staff believes that with that, any noise that comes from that pool equipment building will be acceptable. It is consistent with the general plan community noise and compatibility policy. And finally, in regards to project parking, the N-shaped club located within the existing commercial center, which is basically divided into 5 lots already. There's two other commercial users, AutoZone and Leslie Pool Supply Company, and two vacant commercial lots comprising of the rest of the center. Vehicular access to the site and related parking areas are provided by two access points from Mitchell, which make it possible for the entire project to have a reciprocal parking and access agreement that's already in place for the center. There are approximately 278 existing parking spaces provided to serve the center. And with the existing health club operation already providing 135 spaces, it's anticipated that the fitness area will require an additional 54 spaces for a total of 189 that would serve the entire operation. With 203 spaces already existing, staff believes the amount of parking required is sufficient, as the site would be overparked by 14 parking spaces. And so with that said, staff supports the overall proposal. We think it's highly unlikely it's going to have any type of impact to the neighboring residences. And so staff has no objections to the applicant's request, subject to the conditions in the staff report.
Thank you, Mr. Michaels. Does anyone have any questions of staff? Thank you. I think you gotta hit down at the bottom of the mic.
Never use it.
I'll turn this off. There you go.
Mr. Michaels, I had a question for the outdoor fitness area. Will there be outdoor speakers? And if so, how loud is the volume going to be? And will that
No,
affect the area?
staff has put a condition on that we would not, we wanted to cut that off and not allow
we-
that, just for that idea that there could be complaints
Okay,
resulting
so
from.
no
that
outdoor music.
Correct.
And then just to clarify, you said a pool, a 6,000 square foot workout area and 4 courts. Right?
Right. Basically, it's right in the middle of that outdoor area. There's going to be a canopy there. There is a view of it on one of the exhibits that's in your staff report. And then the pickleball courts, they're not tennis courts, but actually pickleball. It's going to be completely
Yeah.
different. So there shouldn't be any errant balls going on the neighboring properties. So.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Del Nero.
Yeah, I had a question. I was looking on page 40 and it shows in shape and they're gonna either take the name or do something with it. That's gonna be all in scales for what it is now. It's not gonna go any higher.
Correct.
Okay, because I know down Mitchell, we talked about that a few years ago and it was a pretty big deal. So
Right.
that's all I wanted to ask. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other questions of staff?
Yeah,
Natural.
just to follow up on Daniel's comment, how tall is the wall between the residential and the commercial area?
That's 8 feet.
Okay. All right. If there's no other questions of staff, I'll open the public hearing. If there's anyone in the audience who'd like to speak on this matter, please approach this podium and state your name and address for the record.
Good evening, commissioners and staff. We're very pleased that you are here tonight, really just for our project. So we appreciate your time. My name is Sandra Stevenson. My business address is 11230 Gold Express Drive, Suite 217 in Gold River, California. I have worked with InShape for about 15 years now. So considering everything we've been through in the last 2+ years, it is really wonderful to be here with a health club expansion project. It didn't really look like we were going to be able to do that not that long ago. So it's very much appreciated. We think this is a really great use for that parcel, which, as you know, has been vacant for a very long time. InShape became very adept at outdoor fitness really during the pandemic time, more so than they had been before, and really felt like this was a really positive way to incorporate that parcel into that particular club, which obviously had closed previously during COVID, and they were able to repurchase the property and wanted to expand it to include that use. So I'm here to answer any questions that you may have or provide any other information to the best of my ability. And again, we appreciate your consideration of the project.
Thank you so much. Does anyone have any questions of the applicant? Thank you for your time. Seeing no one else in the audience, is there anyone on Zoom who'd like to ask any questions or make any statements?
There are no hands raised on Zoom.
Thank you. With that, I'll close the public hearing, bring it back to the commission for discussion or a motion. Thank you. Okay, and I'm assuming your motion is also acknowledging the determination that this project is exempt from environmental review pursuant to CEQA. Okay. So the motion is adopt the resolution and acknowledging the CEQA findings. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have several seconds. Somebody pick one. All right, I have a motion and a second. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Commissioner Del Nero,
Aye.
Commissioner Catchell,
Aye.
Commissioner Johnson, Commissioner Martinez, Chairperson Smith,
Aye.
motion carries 5-0.
Thank you. And thank you for this expansion. We're looking forward to seeing some outdoor physical activity in the fall and spring. All right, we'll move on now to where's next on the agenda, new business. There's no new business, no public meetings, no unfinished business, no matters initiated by the planning commission or staff. Moving on to reports. Is there anyone on the commission that has anything to report?
Oh, ma'am.
Thank you. I have nothing to report. I didn't see the city attorney online. So I'm assuming the city attorney didn't have anything to report. Is there anyone on staff that has anything to report?
The city attorney unmuted their mic.
Oh,
I am here, Madam Chair, but nothing to report.
okay, thanks.
Okay.
Sorry, the TV is so far away from me. I cannot see it.
So I understand.
Okay, thank you.
We'll get some binoculars. Kidding.
Anything from you, Chris?
No, we don't have anything. Thank you.
James? Kevin? No? Well, we can hear you. It's not on the mic.
How's this? Okay, great.
Good.
Yeah, I have a few projects just wanted to update you on. The Cambridge Estates, the low residential subdivision located on Hackett and Morgan. It's currently in construction. The infrastructure is being improved. It's about 40% complete. They poured sidewalk today.
Nice.
Morrow Village Phase 1, we're wrapping up that project. It's 95%. We're going to be putting in a sidewalk and crossing signals for the children to start school next week. And then Morgan Road, I'm sure you're familiar with that. This project is a little bit larger. It's providing both pedestrian street improvements, including pedestrian refuge islands, crosswalk improvements, curb ramp improvements, sidewalk insulation, infilling and street lighting, as well as a pavement overlay, striping and other infrastructure improvements. Currently, it's at 40%, and today we poured several curb ramp improvements and some sidewalks. Then finally, I wanted to let you know that we will be providing a presentation on SR 99 Mitchell or Service and Mitchell Road interchange design update. So it might be an interesting meeting to actually tune in on.
Is that
That's all I got.
at a council meeting?
Yes, it's a presentation, just a status update on it. You know, this project's been going on for many, many years.
Yes, many years. Good.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Alan and Christina, do you have anything? No? First of all, well, thank you. It's nice to meet you. This is my second time today. Thank you for filling in for Ann while she's in Wisconsin, enjoying her family time. We appreciate it so much. All right, so at this time, I'll adjourn the meeting to the regularly scheduled planning commission meeting on Monday, August 15th. Thank you.